I sat cross-legged at the campfire and poked at the logs. Sparks flew upwards against a black velvet sky spangled with silver stars. My Grandpa Pete sat across from me, and the wind whispered through the pine trees around us. He poked at the fire, too. "Do you know what you're looking at there?" he asked me. I didn't answer. I just propped my shoes against the edge of the fire pit and tried to let my attitude show that my 14-year-old self was annoyed that I was doing this instead of being at the mall with my friends. "The wood in that fire came from the old walnut tree that grew along Main Street in town," he said. "The big one by the park?" I asked. I hadn't been downtown yet during that summer visit. I threw another log into the fire. Sparks flew, and the smoke made my eyes sting. Maybe it wasn't about the smoke. I had learned to read under that tree when I was in first grade. That tree was about 300 years old by the rings. You know, Main Street was actually built around it. America wasn't even an idea yet when that tree sprouted, Grandpa said. And they cut it down. My voice carried all the wrathful indignation of youth. He took his time before he answered, and then he said, "It was dying from the inside out." He positioned the last log that I had thrown in the fire so that it settled better. The fire glowed and crackled, and smoke wound up in a thin, soft ribbon against the black night. Grandpa Pete's face was lined, and his eyes were like quiet lake water in the glow of that fire. He put one big work-torn hand on a knee, and then he pulled at his mustache a little bit while he thought about it. "See, what you see there is ancient sunlight," he said. "For more than 3 centuries, that tree gathered sunlight, turned it into branches and bark, and now I come along with a match and a fire to tend. We're just releasing that energy back to the stars. Everything goes back to the stars eventually." Something made me tuck his words into my heart for the day when he would also go back to the stars. We had no way to know it was going to be so soon. Within 5 years, he was gone. But in my memory, we are still by that campfire, some endless sweet night in the past, watching as the sparks fly upward.